The simplest way to begin pricing in Sakura is to directly enter a rate into the net rate cell. We'll get a warning as to whether we want to do that, and we'll now get a quantity times the rate to give us a total. What that's done is created a direct entry resource into the rate build-up for that particular item. If we want to do more detailed rate build-ups, we can bring our item down to our next item. We have a blank item build-up. We can add a row and we can start to fill in the information for this row. We've got a labour by the hour. We're going to need 2 hours of this particular resource to complete this job, and the base rate of that is £45 an hour. So we now have £90 of labour towards doing that item. If we want to add another resource and we want to add some bricks, we buy the bricks per 1,000. So we're going to just do a quantity of 1, and we're going to use the calculation screen to divide by 1,000 times by 60 for the half brick skin of hollow walls and 5% waste. So we now have 63 bricks for this particular item and a base rate of 250,000. So we now have a net rate, a net total. The combination of the totals, 105.75, goes up into the net rate. So we can build up the net rate by just typing the net rate in. We can build up the net rate by adding resources, or we can have some pre-formed templates that we can use that information. So if we go here to our resource templates, let's go and pick an existing job or an existing resource library that we can use. So here we now have a standard set of resources. So instead of having to go and type in the different resources, we can here just pick, have a look through here, pick some blocks, double click the block, and we've got the resource for the block in metre squared. What do we need? We need 1 square metre. We have a waste of 5%, and we have a base rate of £10 a square metre. So we built the material resource from here. We could go back to our existing resource here. We could use the labour that we've used before. So we brought the labour in from here, but what we're saying here is we only want 1.5 hours of the resource. Obviously none of these outputs are appropriate to the item. I'm just demonstrating the mechanics of the information. I'll leave the experts to put the right information and the right outputs against the item. So simply we're bringing that information either straight in, creating resources of our own, having a pre-formed list or number of different lists to have. The other thing that we can do is we can use previous jobs. So let's go and find a previous job, pick a job here and run down the items and find an item. Is we could say, okay, I want to take that item, rate only, and take all the resources across from that previous item. So again, proving the Sakura theory that everything you put into an estimate can be used in any other estimate. So we've done the complete gambit of information here. End rate, made our own rates, pulled some rates from a library, pulled a detailed build-up from somewhere else. These are the fundamental ways of building up resources from first principles.